We're going to go ahead and get right into it with our very first guest of the show, and our first guest of 2017, I have to say. I'd like to welcome our friend Scott Engel here from the Otter Street Fishing Club, here to talk about the upcoming Fisheree. So Scott, welcome.
Thanks, Emily.
Yes, it should be an honor. You're here 2017, first guest of the year.
It is. Happy to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you. We're here to talk about the Fisheree on February 4th. Before we get into the details on that specific day, there is kind of a fun kickoff event for the weekend, and that's Brandon's Bash, taking place on February 3rd. Where is that going to be?
Absolutely. It's right in the tent that we have our Fisheree, and it's the night before. It's become a very big event for us. We'll have the band Star 69 playing that night from 7 to 11. It's a heated tent. I mean, we go to a lot of work to make sure that tent is nice and comfortable for everybody. It's in the parking lot in Miller's Bay, so it's not on the ice, and it's just a really great event. It's in memory of a younger member that passed in a tragic accident. His friends and family have taken that event over and basically volunteered their time to the event to make something that he was passionate about into a big event for us.
Mm-hmm. It is so fun. I went last year, and the tent, you're right, it's nice and warm and comfortable, and it's almost worth leaving your coat in the car and shivering on your way into the tent because it's perfect.
It is. It's very surprising because sometimes you walk into that tent and people are dressed. Let's say it's not like you'd expect at a Fisheree.
Right.
You walk into the tent and you're like, where are the snowmobile suits and heavy boots and everything? Everybody's just having a great time, and it's a big group of people, a great celebration.
Yes, great chance to get to know some of the people that are taking part in the Fisheree. And for people like me who don't necessarily fish, it's a good time for me to come and say hi to everybody before it gets going.
Something for everybody.
Yes. So we've got that on the 3rd. That takes place at what time, 6 o'clock?
Tent opens at 6 o'clock. The band starts approximately 7 o'clock.
Perfect. So we've got that to kick it off. And then the next day is the main event. That's the Otter Street Fisheree, Saturday, February 4th. What's going to be going on that day?
Now, this is our traditional Fisheree that the club originated on, and this had always been our number one fundraiser. We sell raffle tickets. Raffle tickets now are $3 a piece. We got some very major prizes on there with $3,000 cash as top prize. Second is a weekend for two, Vegas with flight and hotel, all that. A lot of great prizes on that. We also have a fishing portion of the Fisheree. Fisheree it is,
Mm-hmm.
So you have to buy a $10 ticket to weigh a fish, but then out of all the fish weighed that day, they will randomly draw for a $1,000 top prize and a $500 prize. So there's a lot of different things. There's kids games, or we have the hay bales and candy and coins in there, and different kind of little games for the kids. And then it's the social hour also that the Fisheree has. There's the paddle wheel and all the other things that are going on in the tent that day. So it's our traditional Fisheree, and it's a great time.
A little something for everyone. I like that there's something for the kids. It really kind of encourages families to get out there. And you've kind of restructured a little bit too with the Fisheree, with the raffle portion of the tickets that you're doing.
Right. So we did go up $1 on our regular raffle, but I'd like to talk more about the fishing portion. That's where we just didn't see the fishing as much as we used to see. And we looked at what Battle on Bago had done with theirs, and we think they had a great idea. And ours is just a very smaller version of it. We call it the pre-battle challenge. And it's only $10 a ticket. You have to pay $10, and you can weigh one fish. You can buy as many of those $10 tickets as you want. So if you want to spend $100 on tickets and weigh 10 fish, we've got prizes in 4 categories for that, which is northern, walleye, white bass, and panfish. So we pay the top 3 in those categories plus those random drawings. So as this gets a little bigger over the years, we're going to expand the amount of money paid out on that too as we start seeing more participation.
Mm-hmm. So not as high of a competition for the biggest fish. It's kind of a fun way to, if you get a fish,
absolutely
throw it in.
Could be a little perch, it could be a little white bass, but if you're randomly drawn and your name comes out, you might just get $1,000 for that little perch or white bass or whatever.
That might be enough to get me out there on the ice too. A lot of prize opportunities you had mentioned for the other raffles as well. Really great things going on, and I have to ask how the event is supported and how does something like this take place? It's a big event, a lot of great prizes. You got to have some sponsors that you got to.
Yeah, we've got 15 major sponsors that basically, the minimum to be a major sponsor of Otter Street is about $1,500 a year. and some of them go up quite above that. And that helps take some costs, but they're involved in all our events, so we have their signage and try to give them as much as we can bang for their buck for supporting our club. We do have a lot of other donors that donate, like with this raffle. There's going to be probably between 200 and 300 prizes from area businesses, where there could be $10 gift certificates to your favorite restaurant, to car washes, movies, bowling, whatever. There's all those type of prizes are mixed in, and there's a lot of different ways to win too.
And it's great to hear that, the local support and the community support that comes into an event like this. The Otter Street Fishery, that's Oshkosh. I mean, people think about Oshkosh when they hear that club, and a lot of contests. We talked about the fishing portion, but as you can see on screen, there's a lot of other things that are going on too. Some really exciting and looks like a little scary. So tell us about what we're looking at.
Yeah, this is something crazy. I sit and watch and wonder. I had a friend who used to do this, and he had some really bad wrecks. And amazing, these kids, what they do out there. They're hitting some incredible speeds on ice with studded tires and everything. And that's right there in the bay. You can view that right from our tent. But they come out there, and that's another portion of the entertainment we have out there that day.
Really something you cannot see anywhere else.
No, not really.
Very fun. What do the proceeds go towards?
Goes towards the betterment of conservation and on Lake Winnebago and the Winnebago chain. So we do a lot of different things as far as we've done projects with the DNR. We bought them a $30,000 shocking boat. We've done some things to try to bring the sauger back, called sandpike also, back into the lake along with walleyes for tomorrow. We've done things with reefs. We bought fishing piers. We've helped with boat launches. A lot of various things. And even here in City Hall, where parks directors and things come for different ideas, as long as it has to do with something that has to do with fishing or conservation on Lake Winnebago and the Winnebago chain, we're all for it.
And that's something to keep in mind. A lot of people are familiar with the Otter Street Fishery, but aren't really familiar with the Otter Street Fishing Club itself. So it's great to hear kind of an overview of what you guys do. If someone's looking for more information about what you guys do at the Otter Street Fishing Club, where can they go?
Well, come see me at Jerry's Bar. I'm a familiar face there. The number there is 231-7380. You can also call me on my personal cell anytime with questions, and that's 379-9493. And honestly, we can go then to our website, and we also have Otter Street Fishing Club on Facebook, so you can get a hold of us through any of those 4 ways.
A lot of different ways to get information and get involved. Once more, before we run out of time here, when is the fishery and where is it going to be?
It's going to be Millers Bay, Menominee Park, Friday, February 3rd, and Saturday until 5. This is an afternoon event on Saturday. We kind of try to make it an afternoon event because the next day is Super Bowl Sunday.
That's
so we know
right.
everybody's roaring up for that too. Also, one other thing for ice conditions on Lake Winnebago, Don Herman, who runs our plows and bridges, keeps a very updated page on Facebook under Sunk Dive and Ice. He also owns that company, and he keeps a very, very detailed report about roads, bridges, where everything is on the lake, and that's the best way to get ice information in our general area.
Which is extremely important too.
It is. It's changing all the time.
Definitely. Well, thank you for that update as well. And Scott, I have to thank you again for coming in. We cannot wait for the fishery. I personally can't wait for Brandon's Bash. And good luck with the final phases of planning.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Definitely.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.